Take a moment and imagine this. A single, ordinary day in a busy city. People walking, cars passing, clocks ticking, nothing unusual. And yet, inside that one day, entire lives are unfolding. This is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. In this audio, we'll explore the story, characters, themes, and meaning of this novel in a simple, flowing way. Let's begin. The novel takes place in London, just after World War I, and everything happens within a single day. At the center of the story is Clarissa Dalloway, a high society woman preparing to host a party in the evening. On the surface, it seems simple, but as Clarissa walks through the city to buy flowers, her thoughts begin to move through time. She remembers her youth, her friendships, and the choices that shaped her life. She thinks about Peter Walsh, a man she once loved deeply. But she didn't marry him. Instead, she chose Richard Dalloway, a man who offered stability and security. Now, years later, she quietly reflects on that decision, not with regret, but with a sense of wondering what might have been, and, more importantly, who she has become. At the same time, in another part of London, we meet Septimus Warren Smith, a war veteran suffering from deep psychological trauma. He is haunted by his experiences in the war. He hears voices. He sees things that others cannot. And instead of receiving understanding, he is dismissed by doctors and ignored by society. His pain is real, but invisible to others. This creates a powerful contrast in the novel. Clarissa appears composed and successful, but feels internally uncertain. Septimus appears broken, but feels deeply and intensely. They never truly meet, yet their lives reflect each other. They are like two sides of the same human experience. As the day moves forward, Clarissa prepares for her party. Everything must be perfect, every detail controlled. Meanwhile, Septimus reaches a breaking point. Overwhelmed by his thoughts and unable to find meaning or support, he makes a final decision. He takes his own life. Later that evening, during her party, Clarissa hears about his death, and instead of simply feeling sorrow, she experiences something deeper. She feels a strange connection to him. She understands his act as a kind of resistance, a refusal to let the world control his inner self, and this moment forces her to reflect on her own life, her own way of living within society. Now, let's look at what this novel is really about. First, time. Although the story takes place in a single day, the past is always present. Memories appear suddenly, blending with the present moment. This shows that human experience is not linear. We don't just live in the present. We carry our past with us constantly. Second, identity. Clarissa is not just one version of herself. She is the young woman she once was, the person she is now, and the person she might have been. This creates a quiet tension, a continuous search for meaning. Third, isolation. Even in a crowded city, characters feel alone. They struggle to express their true thoughts and emotions. Yet, at the same time, there are brief moments of connection, small but meaningful. Fourth, mental illness. Through Septimus, the novel shows how society fails to understand psychological suffering. Instead of empathy, he receives control and dismissal, and this leads to his tragic end. Now, let's talk about the writing style. Virginia Woolf uses stream of consciousness. This means we don't just see actions, we experience thoughts. Ideas flow naturally, sometimes clearly, sometimes chaotically. Past and present blend together. This makes the novel feel like real human thinking. You are not just reading a story. You are inside the minds of the characters. If you are preparing for exams, here are the key points to remember. The novel takes place in a single day, showing modernist focus on time. Clarissa and Septimus are parallel characters. The stream of consciousness technique is central to the narrative. The novel reflects the impact of World War I. The party symbolizes society and its structure, and Septimus's death represents both tragedy and resistance. These points are essential for understanding the novel. Now, as we come to the end, let's return to the central idea. An ordinary day. Nothing dramatic on the surface. And yet, within that day, entire lives unfold. Memories, emotions, identity, and meaning all exist beneath the surface. That is the power of Mrs. Dalloway. It reminds us that life is not defined by major events, but by the quiet flow of thought and feeling, and that every person carries a hidden world within them. If you enjoyed this explanation, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Ink and Insights. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to explore next. Until then, keep reading, keep thinking, and keep discovering the stories within. This is Ink and Insights.